Hi guys, it's Belle and I'm back with episode 2 in this autumnal altered book start to finish project that we're going to be working on. If you haven't seen the first video, go check that out first. And yeah, we're going to get started. And so in the last video, I kind of showed you the kits that I was going to use, and then we took all the pages out of the book to start with pockets, and this is the first page. Now the way I like to do it is that I don't want to decorate this bit yet because I don't know how my pockets are going to look first. So this is going to be our first pocket. So we went through and we chose how many pockets, whether we want to 2 pages, 3 pages, you could do 4, that's probably pushing it. And then we tore out all the extra pages from the books. We started with 7, I think it went down to 6, and then it went down to 5 because this was quite a small book. And yeah, I want to get started really because I want this pocket to be one of these pockets, because I want you to be able to, I want to be able to see. So I'm just going to fold it over. And it's going to be a pocket like that. Got all the paper clips in the other bits, so they're kind of making it hard to press down, but it's going to be a pocket like that. So before I do anything else, I'm going to stick this down so that I can get it stuck down and out of the way. So this is the pocket. So I want to look through the kit and really have a look at, let me find the kit, the bits. Really have a look at what I want for this front page. I was thinking something like this, but that might go nice on one of these flatter pages. So let's get rid of those. We do have this. This might go nice in here actually. So I might keep that one out. And then I just want to look through the kit and see what I want to work with. Because it's a long pocket, I'm kind of looking for something that can work decoration down there. And the way I do it is I kind of do a basic decoration first. Might even just take one of the leaves. A basic decoration first, and then I go back and sort of decorate the pages a bit more. If you don't know where these kits are from, I will leave them down below. I did mention them in the last video. I think I do want one of these leaf ones. Maybe one of the brown ones. I like that. Or do I like that one? Like this one more? Yeah. Right, so let's give it this. And let's do this. So, oh gosh, sorry, pages were falling. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tear down this with my ruler. So I hope you're following along. I don't know how well that last video went. But I hope you understood what I was doing. Like I said in the last video, the last time I started an altered book was many years ago, and even though I only finished it this year, I'd already actually prepped all the pages and things beforehand, so I didn't even have to think. The pages, the pockets were all prepped. I knew what was happening. I'm just going to actually use my guillotine on this bit. So it was not that difficult, and I also think any time you do anything on camera, it's suddenly the simplest task suddenly becomes 10 times more difficult. Yeah, so I kind of want that here. Still actually a bit long, I think, so I'm just going to trim off a bit more. And The last book I did, I left some of the page to be seen because it was a vintage book, and so I wanted like the page and the what's the word I'm looking for, some of the page and some of the details to be seen because it was vintage. So I'm going to do it about there and use my ruler for this. And as it's autumn season, I decided to go with a nice autumnal theme for this one. So I want it to stick down, but I want it to cover the top a little bit just to give even more stability because things are going in and out. I'm going to ink around it in walnut stain. Please do not judge my ink pad. I have to get a new one and I have pad shame. So you'll just have to bear with it. No comments, please. I'm well aware that it needs to be replaced. We've just got postal strikes on over here at the moment and I haven't had time to get to my local Hobbycraft to pick one up. So I want that on there. I think that'll look really nice. So let's glue it. So I hope you guys are all right. Let me know in the comments if you're joining in. I would love to know. And let me know if you are joining in what theme you are doing. I very nearly did a Gothic vampire altered book, which I think may actually be my next one, if I'm honest. We'll see how this altered book goes first. And then, so I like to do it this way because it's easier for me to see the edge and to line it up, and especially as I'm on camera so I can't stand up. And then turn it over and then line it up with the edge there. Press that down. Sorry, the book keeps flicking up. I need one of those book weights that I've seen other people use. So it'll go like that. It's always annoying when you've got the paper clips on the other pages. I'm just going to prepare you. And then if you put them all the same way, it means that there's a big lump of paper clips. That means it's more difficult to press down. Okay, so that's going to go there because I'm pretty sure I want a whole image on there. And then, what was the image I wanted? Where has it gone? Hold on. I'm sure it was the green. Here we go. This one, I think, on here. So I think I wanted that behind. We have got the pumpkins, which actually might be quite nice now, actually looking at it. But they're going to be completely covered. That's the problem. They're going to be covered by, I just need to trim this, by whatever journaling card I put in there. So I don't want to waste all the pretty pumpkins. Let's see if that's the right size or whether I need to trim a bit more on. Yeah. Don't want to waste all the pretty pumpkin imagery when it's going to be covered by a journaling card. So think about that when you're making your pockets. Obviously you want it to look nice. You want it to be pretty. But you don't want it to be completely covered up. Right, so I reckon about there is where it needs to go. Can you see? Am I on camera? So this is new for me. I don't normally do, I say this is new. I did the Finish Up Fridays and I like doing those, but I think because I'm already in my comfort zone because it's a project I've started, so I'm just thinking around this. It's a project I would have already started and I have all the bits. I always feel odd doing tutorials. I don't know why. I think it's because I always think there's much more talented people out there who could give you all advice and tutorials. Now, like that, or do I want it this way? kind of like that, because we don't get as much of the leaf. But if I pull it to the edge of the page, okay, we're going to do it that way. I think to a little bit more ink. So, and as I said, I don't tend to do all the decoration until I've got the basic pages down and out of the way and things. Sorry if you could hear that coughing. It's my son. He's really not been very well. Yeah, I don't tend to do the decoration until I've got all the bases down, because otherwise I'll get completely caught up, which is what happened last time. I get caught up on the decorating, and then I will take forever to finish the book, and we don't want that. So that's like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this edge here. One of the things I find strangest about altered books, or the one altered book that I've done, sound like an expert amongst all the altered books, is the fact I can't stitch on them. As any of you who've been with my channel for a while will know, my journals tend to be heavily fabriced, and I do a lot of stitching actually on the paper, whereas this I need to find other ways of adding fabric. So that pocket is basically done, and we are going to close that pocket. And the other thing is I like to stitch vellum onto paper, and obviously these pages are already in the book, so I can't actually stick them on. So I'm just going to put some glue down the edge here. Like so. And a little tip that I picked up from Miss Gail Gustinelli is as you are sticking the pages, close the book over, because it actually helps put the pages in place. So you're actually letting the book fall as closed as possible whilst pressing down where the glue is, and it just helps the pages fall together. Now I'm going to press from this side, and there we have our first pocket. Who would have thought the gluing would be the hardest bit? There we have our first pocket. Just going to press that. It's going to take a little while for that glue to just stick, but when it does, it will hold well. So we have our first pocket. And then over here, I think I want some sort of image. But then we might have pumpkins on there. Don't know what I want, whether I want just something in the middle. So yeah, that's the first pocket. And we're going to turn this over. Now, if you saw my other book, let me get it over. This is my other altered book that I made. I like to have lots of pages like this that you can write on. So it's got the tea-dyed paper or other kinds of paper, or even lined digital papers. And it just means you've got more space to write in these books. And yeah, I like having that as a thing. So where are my paper scraps? I had my paper scraps and now I can't find them, because I think I want this to be a page like that. So we're still going to have hold up, guys, sorry about that. I had to grab my big bag of paper scraps and some music paper because I like to use those. So this is my big giant bag just full of paper scraps, but it has some larger ones, like it has these, which are going to be perfect. This is actually some vintage paper that I used in a recent journal, so I'm going to just rip some of that, which is perfect, and that will fit there really nicely. I'm going to ink around that, but it will fit there really nicely, and then we can put some other papers behind it and make it look nice. because I like lots of writing space in my journals. Whatever kind of journals I'm making, I like lots of writing space. And I think that's because I am a journal user. So when I actually buy or make my own journals, they tend to have a lot of writing space in them, because that's what I like to work with. Okay, so let's have a look. See, we could have used this really, couldn't we? We'll save that for another page. Let's have a look what I want. I want one of the pages from the kit, something like this, because we'd already used one of the leaf pages. So I'm going to take something like this. And again, I'm just going to cut them down. I didn't want to cut them down beforehand because this is meant to be start to finish. And I want you to see the process as much as possible. I know it's a bit smaller. I'm going to have to just measure the size. I suppose best way to do that, silly me, is to use one of these pages, isn't it? Yes, there we go, template sorted. And then I think I kind of want it in the background, so let's do that. And then we'll have a couple of pages done today, just the basic page. Hopefully you can see everything, guys. And then let's trim that because I got a little bit there. I'll just pull at it. And using the template, I'm trying to work out which way I want the imagery, to be honest. Using the template, I'm just going to tear that piece of the paper. Okay, done, done, done. So template, good idea. That's the size of your book page. Let's have a look. Yep, that fits. And again, I'm just going to ink because I like it. I'm just using the walnut stain because that's what I've got on my table, and the darker colours are go well with a kind of autumnal vibe. And I'm thinking, do I want to rip this slightly? We'll see when it's on the page which way round do I want it. I think I want that at the bottom, and then that would go in the middle like so. I mean, does it need to? Because you could write on there, couldn't you? But it's me and I'm doubling up. So that's what I'm doing, guys. So you could just write on there, but that's not what I'm going to do. So I'm going to glue this down, a good amount of glue, especially in those corners. Yes, it's always strange doing tutorials or anything like that. I always feel more vulnerable, I suppose, than I do when I'm doing the Marguerite Miller collage or when I'm doing flip throughs of journals. I don't know why. Okay, so this bit at the bottom, let's line it up. Sure the top's lined up. Hold on. I do prefer to put my pages on sideways so I can see both sides at the same time. And then I'm just gonna press that down. Again, not decorating, guys, until, see, it's come off a little bit there, so I kind of need to trim it until, how am I going to trim this? Until we've finished some of the pages. The basics. Okay. I think that happened because I didn't put it on sideways, which is what I like to do so I can see both sides. Okay, so there we go. And then we have this piece of paper. Let's get rid of this, which I can stick down. So, yes. It really is a beautiful kit, this one that I'm using, the Full Mood Junk Journal kit by Gypsycraftery on Etsy. It's just so beautiful. It has like a almost, I don't want to say creepy, but it has that really almost grim fairy tale kind of vibe to it, which is right up my street. And foxes. So there we go. So first pocket, which is now stuck, and we've got this page which has got writing, and we will decorate that. And then this double page, I think I wanted to do a pocket like that. So when you're making a triangular pocket in an altered book, don't put the triangle all the way to the edge of the spine, because it just makes it more complicated and like it weakens in some way the page, and it gets in the way when you're opening and closing the journal. So like that. Yeah, so we're going to have a pocket like that, and then when we decorate I might even put a pocket across the bottom. So we're going to have a pocket like that, and I'm wondering if I want this even more inside like that so it's bigger, which I think I do. So I'm just going to trim this a little bit because we don't need it. Where did the blue scissors go to? I tell you, I lose everything. I don't want it too bulky because I'm going to have some paper over the top of it as well, and I don't know what I'm going to put in the pocket. So I don't want it too bulky, but I want it, again, doubled over, just to give strength to that pocket, because you will be taking ephemera in and out of it. So that's going to be like that. So again, let's look at the imagery and see what there is that I might want to use. So we've already used that one and that one. Don't want to use that one here. Definitely don't want to use the fox yet. I've got some more of these ones. These are great little backing ones, you know. I mean, I kind of like that one, but I've got conkers, I think, on the first one. So let's have a look. I mean, that's quite nice to go behind. Yeah, I like that one. It picks up the browns over here. So I'm going to put that one down first, just so that that's stuck down. And then we can work out what to put on the front bit. So I hope this is making sense, guys. I hope you can follow along. Yeah, we're kind of just doing it together. So I kind of want this bit because I like that flower, I think. So I want it like that. No, I think I like the flower. So let's look. So it's about here. So let's just mark that. So it's about here that I need to actually tear it. And then let's get our, what's it called? Template page. Let's have it this way around. Template page. And then let's use that to tear this side. Then we ink it up. Let's do that. Let's inky, inky, inky. Gosh, I'm throwing everything at myself now. So, it is really much harder to do this whilst filming. Anyway, I hope you all guys are all okay and having lots of autumn fun. Really wanted to do an autumn one. I just love the kind of grungy nature look, which is what the last journal was too. And obviously I couldn't do another grungy nature Faye one. So I compromised and did grungy autumn instead. Oh, I'm not going to be adding any like Faye images or anything like that to this one. Just going to be mainly botanicals and a few autumnal creatures like squirrels and foxes and little field mice and things like that. I think that's what I'm going to be doing. May also be using some die cuts. Right, I'm going to turn the page this way so I can look at it as it goes down to make sure that it's on the edge. There we go. Perfect, 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 perfect. I'm actually going to turn it this way so I can press it from here because that paper clips in the way. So I'm pressing it down from there. And it goes like that, which is just what I needed, just that little touch of something. Whilst doing that. Okay, so we've used these, so I don't need these. I actually need something from the kit. Maybe the pumpkins would be nice. It depends if I want to put another pocket in, because if I want to put another pocket in, I don't want to be using up my gorgeous pumpkins. Can you see all that, guys? Am I off? Let me move it here. I don't want to be using up all my gorgeous pumpkins if I'm not. Kind of like the roses, but the fox is there. But that goes quite well, like with the V. I can always print out another fox. I do really love these pumpkins. Let's just use them. I can print out more if I need to. Don't overthink it, Belle. Just go with what you like. So let's trim this again. Really love these pumpkins. Really do feel like you could be walking in the woods and come across the witch from Hansel and Gretel. And this is what the woods and the pumpkins would look like if you get the vibe. Am I on? I keep working over here and I don't know why, like, the camera's not picking that up, so I'm sorry about that. Again, let's get the template so I can tear this. And then have a look, because it's got to go over. So I need to match it up with the bottom of the page and the side of the page, so I can then do this, and then I'll know where to match it to, if that makes sense. Let's just fold that down, and then I'm going to trim along there. Give me another scrap, and then I'm going to fit it on to see if it needs any more adjusting. That's there. Well, it needs some adjusting because it doesn't seem to be going where I want it to exactly. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these edges down, ink them first, and then I'm going to play with that edgy bit. the bit that goes over the pocket. This is so pretty. I'm probably not going to want to decorate it much, but some falling leaves, a word, maybe a stamp and some corrugated card. All those kind of things are good to add a bit. Do you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm actually going to glue on the book. That's what I'm actually going to do. And the best way to do this is to use a different kind of glue. So I'm going to do it like this. Let's move the scissors, the template, and then let's get it stuck. Again, I want to move it to the edge, just so I can see it all line up. Oh, I just love this kit so much. It's just so pretty and just perfect for autumn. Oh, it does line up. It didn't when I tried it. I think I need to, do I need to snip a little bit on the top? No, I don't think so. Okay, so let's get the bone folder so I can burnish that. Really stick that down. I don't mind, you can see part of the book page there. I like that. If you don't, you can stick it right to the edge, but I like a bit of the book page showing because it's an altered book, guys. So to me, it just feels like, why are you covering up every bit of the book? You might as well just make a journal from scratch if you're going to not have any bit of the book showing. That's kind of how I feel anyway. And that just looks so pretty. Oh, I really like that so much. Oh, I just love these pumpkins so much. I'm going to ink the edge here. Make sure I ink even more there and along the bottom with that distress ink. A little bit along the edge here. Again, I don't mind. Like I said, I like the book page showing. And there we have our second pocket. So again, I'm going to use the glue on here. The edge. It's always obviously better to do it actually on the page. You are gluing down to the other page rather than the page underneath. And again, the little tip from Gail Gustinelli is let the book flip over a little bit so it's partially closed, so you can stick it down and the pages meet up a lot better that way. I'm going to bend this a little bit. Oh. And there we have our second pocket. So we have a pocket here. We have writing space there, which we will decorate, and we have a pocket there. So, I'm waiting for that to dry. Yeah, just wait for that to dry. So we need something here. I think I might want a little pocket like that across here, actually. So, how many pages have we got here? We have 2 again, and I think I wanted this as a top loading pocket up there. So let's work on this one first and then we'll come back to that one. So top loading pockets, again, we don't actually need anything in here for a top loading pocket. I'm actually just going to use my ink because again the journal card will be there. I'm just going to use my ink to give it a bit of discoloration when we cut out the divot. And I'm going to get my papers back over. Maybe this is where I want to use the fox. Where's the fox? Or one of the foxes. Don't you think that would go so cute just there? I think it will. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. Right, let's move the book out of the way. Let's trim it. I feel bad because I'm going to be cutting off part of his face, but there you go. Can't have everything. And then let's trim to here. And let's get the edge off. These foxes are just so gorgeous. We have so many foxes in my area. I hear them all throughout the year. I can tell what time of year it is by the sound the foxes are making. That was not a straight rip, but I'm not bothered. And yeah, they're just quite beautiful. Right, so the template, we're going to get part of his face to there. I mean, we could try and go for the middle and cut off part of his ears. So this is where I'm trying to think, well, do I want, because that we'd have to cut off that much of him. Either side, we wouldn't get his ears. But I like the fox's ears. Unless I want this side. I like the bit with the writing, I think. Okay, let's go for it. I'm going to trim maybe a little bit more of this down. And then use the template again. And then just, where's my ruler gone now? Here. And then when we've done these pages, that will be it for the time being. So yeah, oh, well, we've got a lot of his face, or her face. I feel like this one's a he and the other one's a she. There we go, a little family. Little family of foxes. So, yeah, hear them all year round. And see them as well. You're driving around, they're just walking over the road, which unfortunately means that a lot of them, you know, they don't pay much attention to the road, and they really should, and it can be sad. Anyway, let's glue this so we can get this on the page, and then we're going to punch a divot out of it. So I really want this glued well. And that will be a top loading pocket. Oh, I'm getting stuck everywhere, guys. And again, I'm going to turn it to the edge so I can line the edges up here so I can see, and then press it down. Again, I do not mind that it is not right to the edge of the book page. Book. I like that. I like having the pages showing. As I said, what is the point in my eyes of using a book and altering it if you're covering up every single thing about that book? And now we're going to punch a divot out. So I'm going to go this way so I can just, can you see that, guys? So I can just kind of center it by eye. It's perfect, not perfectly centered, but it's perfect in the middle there. Do I want to do it a bit more? No, I'm just going to leave it like that. It doesn't matter. Don't have to be a perfectionist. Let it go. And then I'm going to ink. Let's do it this way. It's easier for you guys to see, and it's easier for me to see. I'm going to ink this. As you can see, I've got the book page there with a bit of ink. And again, I like that. This would be great with just something there, I think. Oh, love it. Love it so much. And again, going to glue. So I'm going to glue this edge. You're gluing the sides of the page that you are gluing down to the other page. Not the other way around. And again, close it over so that it can stick. Press really well. And if you're using a glue that sticks super quickly, just be careful that you do get those pages to meet up when you're gluing them, because otherwise you're going to be pulling your pages apart, which will weaken your book. Oh, I'm loving this so far. Okay, so I think I want a pocket here, which means I want something there. So what I might do is I might go for one of the leaf ones again, possibly, unless, oh no, do you know what I'm going to do? Firstly, I'm going to use a leaf one. Do you know what? I really just like the conkers and things. Where'd the other one go to? Like, that one's so pretty with all the acorns and stuff. I'm actually going to use this page, or we can use the top of this page. Use the top of it, which would mean the pocket would have to be quite high. No, I'm going to use this page because I can just use the top. And again, let's get my paper chopper guillotine out, so I can cut down the sides and then get the template page. So definitely have a template page, it really is helpful. Oh gosh, I've moved that twice now with my fingers, how annoying. Template page and rip down, and then let's work out roughly where I want the pockets. I think it will come to about here. And then when you move the bits out of the pocket, you've actually got room to write underneath the pocket too, which again, I like things like that. Extra writing space, always good. Inking up. Let's get the book back over. Oh, love it. This is going to go here, like so. Where's my glue gone? There it is. And we will be coming back, adding fabric, adding decoration, probably doing charms. No idea what I'm going to do on the front cover yet. I normally like to have everything planned out. Like, I like to sort of think of every way I'm going to have the cover done and everything. That's when I'm working in a normal, everyday journal. With this one, I'm taking the advice of 49 Dragonflies, because she often says just do a step at a time and then the next bit will come to you. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing a page at a time and then the cover will come to me. I may have to print out more of him because I really do love him. Him. And I may want to use him again. So now we need a pocket, which means I actually need some card to make a pocket. So hang on, guys. Okay, so I've got some finish craft card because I thought the brown, if I use it, will work with the colour scheme that I'm using in here, because I'm thinking I might do some embossed pieces, so I'll get those ready for next time. But for now, I'm just going to make a pocket. So I'm going to cut it first, trim it, and then let's have a look. Let's get the book back over and then let's look at where I want the pocket to come to. Yeah, about there. that's good. And now we're going to cover this in some paper, but I'm trying to work out if I want to do some collage on it first. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink the edges, because I don't know if the paper's going to go all the way to the edge or if any of it's going to show. So I'm just going to ink the edges like that. This will be a nice little pocket. So yeah, as I believe I said, this is going to be a very basic kind of junk journal. Sorry, I'm just reaching for some paper. It's going to be a basic kind of junk journal. Where's the one that I saw? Was it this one I like, the acorns? I could use this. I've already used it like at the front here, but it would use it up. I'm just thinking, do I want to use that? Or is it too close? Yeah, basic kind of junk journal. Oh, I hope you can see that, guys. I keep forgetting and then going a bit off camera, so I apologise for that. See, that one's quite nice. Okay, let's use that one. Or do I want a bit more red? I feel like I want more red, so I'm just going to use this one. I want a bit more red because this page is quite brown as is, so I want to pop the greens and the reds to kind of just lift the colours a bit more. Yeah. Let's trim that a little bit. This is going to be easier because I couldn't just stick it. Now, to be honest, I could stitch this and then stick it into the journal, but I've only got black in my what's it called, in my sewing machine at the moment, and so it's just easier not to stitch it, even if in my heart's saying stitch it. So yeah, it's just easier if I don't. Hold on, hold up, what am I doing? Okay, so I think I want this green bit here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this on here. Luckily it's plain on the back because I do want a bit of a border, I think. So as it's plain on the back, that helps because I can just use my pencil and then trim that down. Like so. All these gorgeous scraps. That's going to look so pretty. And again, say it with me, guys, I'm going to be inking. Not everyone likes to ink, I know that, but I do like to ink. It really does, to me, add a depth to, I'm going to have it this way, I believe, to the pieces. But, you know, not everyone has inks. Not everyone has access to good inks. Let's face it, if I could afford every single ink Tim Holtz has brought out, I would, but I can't. So, you know, let me go up here. But there are other inks out there that you can use. Not all of them work as nicely, obviously, as Tim Holtz ones do. But use what you have, guys. Same with the digitals for this kit. Unless you're making something specific, just use what you've got. As crafters, we tend to buy lots, but we don't always tend to use it all. Yep, that's gone on really nicely. Hold on. Is that straight? It's gone on nicely. There we go. That looks good. Press it down, press it down, press it down. And again, I'm just going to use my punch to make a little divot, which I will ink again. See, it would look so nice stitched, but I'm not doing that. And then that will go there really nicely and make a pocket. So let's get that stuck down, guys, and then that will be it for today. I don't know how many episodes there are going to be of this. I don't want to say a certain amount because it may take longer, it may take shorter. I just want to, so I'm just putting it in the corner. I'm holding it in the corner with my thumb while I'm make sure it's fitted into the other areas. Really press that down. This you can do with the book open because obviously you're already sticking it to a page that's got a pocket on the other side, so you're not sticking the two pages together. And then I like to rub from this side to really make sure it's stuck well. And we have, let me find something, and we have a pocket. So let's go back to the front. We've got a pocket here, which is good. Got a pocket here and writing space there. We've got a top loading pocket that will go in there, and then we've got another pocket here with writing space there. Again, all the links to the kits that I am using will be in the description box below, so go check them out. Check out the first video if you haven't already. It was a very quick video and probably a little bit chaotic, as a lot of my videos are. Let's just be grateful Topaz isn't climbing all over the table, because trying to do an altered book with my cat deciding to climb all over would be even more difficult. And then let me know what you think down below. Let me know what you think of this beautiful kit down below. And I will be back again very soon with the third episode, where we will be doing at least 3 more pages, at least. So I like to just bend it a little bit sometimes, because these pages are quite thick. I didn't have this in the other journal because they were vintage pages, so the pages were quite thin. I'm just pressing it down. So yeah, once we fill it with ephemera, it will get quite full. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back again soon, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having lots of craft. I hope you're safe. And I hope you're having lots of crafty autumnal fun. Till next time, guys. Bye for now.